Why hello there, my name is Flux, thank you for joining me again. We are on Chapter 15, Talons of Light. Everything seems to be going pretty smoothly so far, so this one is hopefully going to be the same. And as well, should be another short chapter. We're going to try to abuse a little bit of a gimmick. I'll go ahead and show off battle preparations real quick with units picked. Of course, Hector has to be here. Matthew is going to be showing off why we love him and why it was really important we got that point of speed. We're bringing... I'll show off who we're not bringing. Sarah, we need to really deploy as many offensive units. Priscilla for our singular healer. Unfortunately, the Axe Bros are going to be sitting out this time around. I tried in a setting or two to show off a very safe way of handling this chapter and also getting one of them XP. It just didn't really it just didn't work out. And then Rebecca, of course, sitting in her corner. It's okay. We'll be able to keep her company on the bench soon. We can check out our rank. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good ranks. All right. What's that last one? This very first one? Oh, no, never mind. That very first one you see, I believe, is because we've taken a few extra turns where we didn't need to. That's for, like, low turn count effective stars. But let's go ahead and jump into the map, and I'll go ahead and talk about it as we start getting our first overlook of it right here. I've taken care of where I want units to be for somewhat generalized strategy, but I guess it could vary. You could flex around some units depending on where their stats grew and where their levels went. Overall, though, we need to be doing some very fancy maneuvers. We want our good buddy Marcus to be doing that fancy little L maneuver all the way over here and start poking people. This chapter is a defend chapter, defend the throne for 7 turns. And there's going to be reinforcements coming from many different angles on the map here. And everyone has a purpose going on, one of which being unlocking that door. Specifically, what really matters is handling this corner really well. What really sucks about this corner is that you have to try and kill the boss. That was a nice level. Try to kill this boss here, Sealan, on turn 2. And that can be a little difficult at times. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep Lowen out of harm's reach for the most part. We're going to try setting him somewhere like right here where Sealan can't hit with the longbow and he can support some further units. You're going to see why we need that next turn, and I'll make that a bit more clear and apparent. We do want to get Matthew away from that area as best we can. And the reason we do this and put him there, we know Ellawood's position is safe. Ellawood is going to tuck away in a corner for a moment. Let me just double check ranges of where is safe or not. Okay, sadly this tile is not safe, so Ellawood will tuck around in this corner. I am going to go ahead and move Hector right here, making sure he has the... let's do the hand axe equipped because there is a javelin. We're going to take our buddy and drop him a little bit behind just to get him away from that space. And then how I like to handle this area is I like keeping Guy safe from being chosen as the target, and then I like using a fire tome to idly break down this wall. Just make some things efficient in coming turns when we have axe members coming down. Oh, I might have to restart this recording. I've never seen him do that to me. Maybe, wow. Huh. Today he chose Lowen. Cool. I don't know why I don't remember him choosing Lowen before. Huh. Usually he loves going after my buddy Oswin. But I'll take it, I guess. Maybe he just saw he could do more damage to Lowen. That works for me. What really matters here is that Marcus is getting work done on a lot of these excess units, because even if we don't kill the boss on turn 2, which is fine, and if we show that off, also just as good, it gives us more XP if he doesn't die turn 2. It's simply a lot safer keeping units alive. No one major came out this turn, but if I can't kill him this turn, you're going to see like 3 more fighters appear, 2 more axemen appear, like a nomad. It goes to hell in a handbasket really quick. Urk has a pretty good % chance to do this, so I'm going to take it. Awesome. Yeah, perfect. The Fire Tome is a lot more accurate, but I want to be somewhat more advanced in taking care of taking care of threats. So, inadvertently, the reason why I wanted Lowen to hover over here is because usually what will happen is the boss will target Oswin and someone will go into this spot and I can't use these two tiles to 2-range the boss down. Unfortunately now what happens is I have to somehow take out the boss with 2 units and I have to rescue drop to get part of it done. Ugh. Okay. So, this is a bit risky, but let's go ahead and try it. If the first one hits, it's going to be with Oswin. 63% chance to hit. It missed, that's okay. Let's go ahead and keep going. So we're going to be advancing our thoughts. The main way we're going to handle this situation now here is we are going to do our best in getting Marcus to be the next target the boss really wants to take, but we're also going to be very aware of the fact that Marcus needs to be really close to enemy reinforcements down here. They're all swords units, so he's going to start equipping the javelin and go to town with that soon. Thank you. Plus 1 HP. This guy will start making his advancements, and Matthew will have to steal some lockpicks from him, or we would like to at least. Not mandatory, but absolutely. Alright, we want to be as careful with all our units and keeping them as safe as possible. These knights do a crap ton of damage, especially to the likes of Priscilla. I'll take that level. A little sad I still have only 6 speed on Hector, but you know, he's not known to be the fastest lord ever. So, his longbow range is kind of a problem, because I think he's just going to keep going for Lowen after how we saw him prioritize attacking. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do in that respect then is I'm going to move Lowen right here. I'm going to have Merlinus be another bodyguard. Yeah. Merlinus be another bodyguard. So what will happen is hopefully we get a turn of Seelin attacking Oswin and getting into a much more prime position that we can take out some reinforcements with Marcus and then move north. Ultimately, we just want to kill the boss at one point for this Dragon Shield. That took my plan a little bit south. Apologies for the delaying. Let's go ahead and use a Killing Edge just to confirm this guy dies. Oh, very nicely timed crit, affording us not to take a little bit of extra damage, so the knight hitting us really isn't a problem now. Yeah, let's keep the rapier equipped. Alrighty. Matthew can't move as far as we really want him to this turn, but he didn't have to go as far as he really needed to because of a rescue chain. So, no complaints. He's still on time. The big thing he needs to have time to do is he needs to have 3 turns. 2 for each of those chests at the bottom, which I believe are a mend and a silver axe. Other than that, he needs to unlock the door to them. So he needs 3 turns in total. Of the 7 turns, he has only 4 turns to get to that little corner effectively, right? So, thank you, Merlinus. You've done a good job being a bodyguard. He does a wonderful job doing that in every chapter so far. Oh. Hello. So, this was really good for us. Mostly because now we can have Marcus just immediately murderize this guy at safe melee range, Iron Axe consistency. Feels good, doesn't it? Getting that Dragon Shield. Do you know who's getting that? My buddy Lowen. Maybe. We'll see how his next future levels keep going. He theoretically just could get blessed in defense here and start popping off, but I don't think that'll be the case. We'll see. I don't think, yeah, he doesn't do enough. Oof, this is an unfortunate situation. So, what we will do is this. We have Guy up here for this exact purpose. We're going to give him the Iron Sword, because his avoid goes down by a little bit if he equips the Killing Edge. And we're going to give him a Vulnerary, because we need Priscilla to be in a much better position than this, at least as far as I'm seeing things. These all are pretty okay, but we can do some serious work with Oswin. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Darn shame. So what we will do is I'll go ahead and Javelin. That missed, that's okay. How do we want to handle this situation? Do we put Urk here? And what are the consequences if we do put Urk here? Urk has 2 defense. He's going to do 10 damage. Is it twice? It is not twice. He's going to do 10 damage. He's going to do, like, what, 3 damage? No, no. He only has 4 resistance. What? I forgot what his resistance was. That's pitiful. So that's 6, and that's 10. 16 points of damage. Urk's okay. Just barely. But he's okay. So we'll go ahead and use the Fire Tome. Just get a little chipping down. We can't make a wall in this case. Was a bit scary. Was a bit scary, but he got a little bit of magic, a little bit more HP. That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, so far we're all so good. Still surviving. This guy has a really funny AI. When you steal his lockpicks, because he can't open the door and get to the chest like he really wants to. I'm not sure if it doesn't have just the thought process to steal back from Matthew, but I believe we have the same speed, so theoretically you could just steal back everything and be just hunky-dory. And he chooses not to. Let's have Lowen sit on the throne, make him feel like a king. And Hector is going to just retreat a little bit. What's his HP at? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty, and I think I am going to move Priscilla up to heal Lowen. There we go. And as you can see, with the boss down by like turn 3 or 4, like everything starts becoming a lot smoother. Oh, I triggered a healing AI. Nice. I have a lot more time to really focus in getting Matthew to that corner area to get all the treasures. I now have the appropriate amount of enemies I really want to take on. I'm going to come to a situation where I simply don't get the maximum amount of XP I could have gotten. But I feel like the amount of times I've played this chapter and I simply didn't kill all the enemies was slightly higher than I'd like. And not to mention the amount of times that happened while I also didn't kill the boss because I put myself in a crappy situation. That normally doesn't happen. I do say that with a little bit of grain of salt. It doesn't happen mostly because it's so easy to trigger the boss's like range. He has such a huge range. But nonetheless, I do feel always more at ease in this chapter when something like that happens. We are going to check ranges really quickly, though, because one of these guys has a hand axe, and we're fine. This guy is not. Yi is still doing totally fine on HP, so he's going to keep tackling this little wall of fighters, get some great XP. Awesome. Urk's gonna get some good XP here as well. I'm really happy to see any one of these guys really get it. Let's have Lowen just corner this guy. Yeah, doubling him. That's wonderful. Get as many heals as we can with Priscilla, always maximizing her healing. It's really important. And this chapter is so easy. It has a couple turns of like really big stressful moments, and like even now Marcus is super low. Alright, I'm gonna... That was my dog Rynian. She just wants to say hello. She doesn't know how to speak any human, so she just barks incoherently until you hopefully get the message. Awesome. So at this point now, we're gonna need a little bit more forward advancement in XP with some of our characters. Start feeding a little bit more of it onto the likes of Urk. Always making sure Priscilla's healing, as we said. Ultimately, in the next coming chapters, we're gonna be getting a lot of characters that kind of diminish, or at least maybe not diminish, but they make you really think about which units you want to put on the team. And simply seeing how often we get Urk a really nice level, for example, is really important to us. Because with the coming character of Lucius, I consider Lucius a little bit more better than Urk, but I'm probably going to use Knos over both of them. I don't think there's going to be, like, what is it, army slots for these guys. When I pick my units, I think I'm going to have, like, to take Priscilla, Marcus, Lowen every single time, right? Oswin half the time. With all these slots taken, on top of the fact that Hector has to come every single time, there's some that Ellawood and Lynn are going to have to be there. We're going to be screwed. On top of the fact that there's going to be great flying units that we haven't even gotten yet. Let's see him. He's the last unit on the map, so we'll go ahead and get this last chest. Very nice. Thank you for the mend. And who do we want to get this kill? You know, Urk, I think, should get this kill. Let's see what his last level is going to be for the chapter. I'm guessing magic speed defense. That's the goals. Show me magic speed defense. I'll take speed HP. Alright. Skill and luck, never bad stats to have. We're going to go ahead and just end the turn a few times. Let's see. I guess technically I probably could have healed like twice more with Priscilla, couldn't I? Oh, that's okay. So I lose out on a single little bit of XP on Priscilla. Shame on me. You learned my mistakes. Thank you for joining me, though. This was a really clean run. As much as things kind of messed up in the very first bit of preparations, we recovered it, and I'm glad that we could at least show that on screen. Yes, we survived. I'm so glad you agree, Hector. I will come back with another one. This was pretty easy, and yeah, see you in Chapter 16.